Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and this is part 2 of this video. While the other one was loading, I was just kind of playing around with it. And if you remember from the other video that our part is 0.169, so our offset is 0.33, so it's 0.69 divided by 2 is 0.0845, plus that 1/4 of an inch offset that we want down is 0.335. So if we change our nudge factor to 0.335, and what we could do is take this 5 and effects and contour it 3.35 to the inside. That's where our tabs need to be. I would go ahead and go to there and break contour apart. We're going to need that later. So we've got our tab, and that's going to stick to the midpoint. Now you've got your offset, duplicate offset set on, you've got it in millimeters. I've changed mine to inches, because I want that right on top of that. And then depending on how many you wanted in here, this is what's kind of neat about this, doing this. Well, you know, I'm not going to go there because you could blend this and have one right in the middle, but we're right in the middle. But the question was how to get these other angles. Now we know this one is the angle it was. I can't remember what it was from the other video. But we are in the middle of the item, and we can take a rotation and hopefully just kind of ballpark it. Then if you look at it really close, if your bounding box is off, you're not in, well, that is in the center. I just did this earlier. Let's try here. We're in the middle, and you know what? Maybe that won't even work. But you could figure out these angles, and these angles were, let's put this back to perpendicular. And here's a little insight. We need this thing straight up and down. So let's change it to 0, and it does it. So this thing was, what, 54.8 degrees? So we've got that angle, and it'll snap right to that midpoint. Now let's take that one and Control D and make a duplicate. Now, I should have made a couple of duplicates, right? Because of the fact that I messed this up, but I can go back to 0, and now I can make a couple of duplicates, and that's where your duplicate distance, it helps you. Control D and make a duplicate, just right on top of them. And we could take this one and bring it into the midpoint of that line. We don't know the angle, but how close does it need to be if you can't visually see it? Now let's grab our bounding box, and if you look, our bounding box is right on that line, so I just happened to get that right. Let's see how close I got. Parallel dimension tool. From there, try to stay at a right angle. It's a 1/4 of an inch off, 1/4 of an inch off. So that one was easy, or I was lucky. And we've got one more to do that's not at any of those angles. Let's see how close we can get on this one. And see, I'm automatically going a 1/4 of an inch off. I don't know of any way, I mean, you could, like we did in the first video, you could create an angle, have it snap to that, get your angular dimension tool, and this wouldn't take that long because you only have 4 of them to do, unless you're doing the whole alphabet or whole number system. This is 36.87. Rotate this 36.87, and voila, you have it right in the center of your item. So that doesn't take too long, and then just do them around, and you've got your one more angle to do, and then just place your perpendicular ones. And if you want them, you know, like in the middle, just take this one. I'm going to leave that there. Control D and make a duplicate, and then rotate this to 0. And if you want one in the middle, just go down to the midpoint. And then when you take away your 5, there's your items, your tabs. Anyway, that was kind of fun. Hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.